Me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. You hear me?
Absolutely, man. You sound marvelous, man. How you been? Talk to me, baby.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good. People, it's good.
You know, chilling, man. I've been trying to set this up for a minute, man. You know, just timing, me, kids, and these niggas, man, with their schedules fluctuating every day. But you know, this shit's gonna come together one way or another. But you know, I'm happy to have you here, man. So before we get started, you know, I just want to get a little quick talk with you and shit, man. I found my water, man. So everything's good. Everything. How the heat treating you, man?
Yo, I got AC in the studio. I'm lit.
Fact,
That's
though.
all that matter, yeah.
Nah, that's a definite fact in these New Jersey 100-degree days, man. But you know, we're gonna get this shit cracking off then, man. I ain't gonna hold you for no further ado. It's the Daily Heat Check Smokecast, man. I'm your host, Sir Piffery Goodness, and we have a special guest today, and he goes by the name Eternal Quest. This is one of my favorite producers, artists, multi-talented people in the city of New Jersey who wears multiple hats, and he wears them very well. He does everything from producing, recording, being an artist himself, bringing together the artists, the producer community, from beat battles, showcasing with vibes in the city. It just goes on. There's so much more that I probably forgot or left out, but you know, Quest, at any time, please jump in. But you know, please talk to the people. Let them know where they can find you, you know, Instagram, Twitter, please.
EternalQuest.com, add Eternal Quest, everything.
Say less. So now we in here, man. So we're gonna get this shit starting off straight to the point, man. I've been trying to set this interview up for a minute, man. My timing been all over the place, but you know, glad to have you in this this beautiful harmonic moment. But just get straight to it, man. Many of the people listening, or some of the listeners we have, they were feeling some of the interviews we did with, you know, with the previous people of our past, because you know we all come full circle. So I'm gonna start it off from the beginning, or at least from our beginnings. Let's talk about the MTP, the beat battles. You know, let's talk about that, and let's bring it all full circle. Let people know who Eternal Quest is, or where it started to how it became to where it is now.
Yo, started making beats in high school. Nobody was making beats. Nobody had computers and shit. And then from there, you know, gradually engineering. From there, beat battles, shows. Met Elder Sensei. Elder Sensei changed my life.
Whoa, hold on, bro. You fast forwarding a lot of you jumping like 5-10 years, man. We got like
I'm doing the short
minutes,
version.
Man.
Everybody has got slow. Look, you know, they got the attention span. The attention span is like very low, so I'm just trying to give them like the shorthand version of it.
Nah. We got time, man. You gonna lay that out, man. The attention span for this cast, man, they go in, bro. Come on, Quest. You know how we do, man.
So graduated high school. When I was in high school, I had a little deal with this label in Brooklyn with Landstar. Shout out to Landstar. You can follow him. He's great producer and engineer. So I was actually cutting school to go to my label and shit in high school. So I was doing that. So then I graduated in summer school because I was going to the studio in Brooklyn, like from 1 to like 8 at night, every night since sophomore and junior and senior year. I was doing that. Graduated, and then in 2001 I was going to go to engineering school IAR. I didn't go because obviously I had an appointment to go to engineering school on the actual day I had to go was 9/11. So I woke up late.
Are you serious,
so I woke
bro?
up late. I'm dead serious. So I woke up on 9/11 late. So I was supposed to go do my walkthrough. You know, if you go to IER, if you ever went to IER, they give you a walkthrough, right?
Yup, the little
so I was
orientation.
going to go do my walkthrough. My walkthrough was on 9/11, right? So I woke up late. My mom was hitting me, hey, what's going on? So I was like, all right, I ain't fucking with New York for a little bit, right? This is right after 9/11, right? So I'm like, I'm not fucking with New York for a little bit. So I went back to, I ended up going to IER in 2005. You know what I mean? Right at the time at Elder Sensei and my management. And then from there, I was doing music with Elder Sensei. He got me my first like universal placement through a Connect networking through DJ Nino Brown in Australia. So that's how I started getting my little chart game up a little bit. and just what Elder Sensei working through that. It's just a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
so,
yeah, nah. I'm gonna comb through it. You know, I don't expect you to give me the full layout. You know,
it's a bunch
we're
of
gonna go
shit.
back
It's a
and
bunch of
forth.
shit.
But you know, just from hearing that from you, you know, just us slowing it down and breaking that down, that was real deep. Because you know, from you having that scheduled date on 9/11, we all know what that is now. You know, you dodged a crazy bullet, man. I'm actually happy to hear that.
No, it was me and my boy. My boy was calling me, and you know, I didn't get the calls. You know, so I didn't get the calls until like 10:30, and I was still good. My appointment wasn't until 1, but it was already all kind of craziness going. So I'm happy I wasn't there early. That was a good thing for me not being super early.
Yo, facts, man. So look, you know, I'm gonna ask the questions that everybody wants to know, or at least the people in the music community. What draw you to making beats? Because you know, coming up, I'm gonna keep it G. On my side of the tracks, it was everything was about rapping. Everybody wanted to be a rapper. You feel me?
Yeah,
so I ain't even gonna front.
I feel you.
Go in. Let me know.
So boom, high school, you know, instrumental tapes. We had instrumental tapes, and you know, I was like, damn, you know, it was certain shit. I was like, oh, what if we don't got instrumentals? I need to just figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really got early on Fruity Loops. Like, I just destroyed my mother's computer, putting a lot of bullshit viruses on her first joint. Like, I just destroyed it, like straight viruses, everything, like on that shit, trying to get Fruity Loops and all this.
Man.
Word, man. So she let me straight destroy her shit. She had a compact computer. She let me I just straight ran that shit through, getting dirty ass programs and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's how that happened. So I was just interested in making music. I really wasn't I ain't gonna say I was like a big music aficionado until I got into it, more deeper into the music. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you say like high school, you know, freshman, sophomore
high school.
Year?
I was rhyming. I was rhyming. So from the rhymes, I was like, well, who gonna record us? Because I was forward thinking, like, all right, we can rhyme, but how they gonna hear it? So how we gonna put our music on CD? How we gonna do all this shit? So I was like learning everything just through rap. You get what I'm saying?
No,
so
absolutely.
I was the only one with a computer. So I was the only one with access to, you know what I mean? I was the only one who moms was cool enough to have people recording her crib, you know what I'm saying, before I got my own crib, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, it was kind of a cool situation, you know what I'm saying? So
No, absolutely. No, that definitely brings it all full circle. So, you know, it started with you had the bars, gravitated to the music end, and I find that to be very, you know, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but, you know, very proactive. That's the best word I could find right now. Because when you look at it now, or you fast forward to now, a lot of people are trying to get into that now. Or when you look at studios now, some of the big ones, I forgot the one Just Blaze had, you know, some of the Rockefeller ones all closed down. So being able to just give yourself that skill set and being proactive, that just came, it's a skill set you can never lose. You feel me? So you had an edge on the game back then. So now
I was already like doing that, and then, you know, that comes into engineering and like Landstar. Like I said, I was on the label, so Landstar was kind of teaching me everything when I was on the label. So by the time I got out of high school, I was pretty much legit. You know, I was already running sessions out of high school, but I didn't make the money. You feel me?
Nah, facts. So now let's rewind a little bit more, because I personally want to know about this Landstar label situation. You know, you don't have to go dig deep, but let us know how that came together, you know.
So I had like a little independent deal, and it was with this label called Drama Boy. They don't even exist anymore, and it was in Brooklyn. It was just a small label. You know what I'm saying? Dude had a label in his basement, and it was just like, yo, free recording, free beats, and we gonna put your music out. So at 15, 16, I'm like, it's a go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a go.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was doing that deal with them. It was just like it was like maybe like 4 singles or something like that. It was a few singles, and we was just work. But I was with the shit. So I was always recording, and they was older, so they was just getting me real sharp. You know what I'm saying, on what I had to do as a rapper. So, you know, that helped me out coming up a lot.
No, definitely, man, definitely. So now the label deal came together, and now I'm just curious, as far as, you know, I'm trying to build a story, trying to get, you know, I'm rewinding a lot. So you met Landstar through high school in the city?
I met Landstar on AIM.
Wow! You see why I rewind, though? You see why? Yo, talk to me.
I met Landstar on AIM.
Hold on, for the young bucks who listen.
rapmusic.com forum.
Wait, for the young bucks who listen, you just took it back on us right now.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yo, I still got my AIM email. You know, I was in there troubleshooting some shit today. But now, let's keep it rocking with from there moving on. So you met him through AIM, and now how did that
And
go?
through AIM, he's teaching me how to use Fruity Loops. He's teaching me about multi-track recording because I don't know shit, right? And then he's like, "Yo, my boy got a label, boop 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 boop." So I was coming out to Brooklyn, and I was just doing that with him, like working with him, like.
Nah, definitely, man.
Yeah,
So
Lance
now,
Star is a dope producer. So actually, I got a song out on Spotify, Bring It All Back, and he produced it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I still work with people I work with
now,
coming up. You know what I'm saying?
now, facto. So now there's a lot. So now that we have a lot of the backstory, now I want to start progressing towards the era that we came together. As far as at least I remember. So let's
All
talk
right.
about the After Image days. Yeah, man.
All
Let's
right.
talk
So
about the MTP.
After Image was me, my boy Craft Beats, Mars Hoffa, Miss Porsche, and a few
Yeah,
other
let's talk
people.
the
You know what I'm
history
saying?
right
So
now.
yeah. So I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't know what I was doing. Like I ain't even gonna lie. Like if I could go back in time, I would never have started any type of thing like that. Even though it helped me out now, I just didn't know what I was doing. Even though I knew I wanted to bring people together, bring artists together to make good music, and just run around and move as a unit. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But that's all it really was, man. I just wanted to bring artists together that I fuck with. You know what I mean? In my area for the most part.
Nah, definitely, man. So I'm just curious. So everybody who you just named, you all were in the same area at the same time, I'm guessing. So,
Just about, yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. We always in the running around North. So
I bet. Nah, that's dope. And for people to come together at that time, I'm gonna be honest. It's like, granted, now we're seeing a lot more crews and people coming together, creating these super teams. I'm gonna say it,
yeah.
but
Word.
back then, I'm not gonna hold you. You could probably even testify to this. There was a lot of egos we had to battle through. There was a lot of people like, they had their own shit. Why should we work with you? What's the benefit to get out of it? So just seeing you had we were able to get a lot of like-minded people together. That shows a lot
Yeah, it was
of
a beautiful thing, man. We did a lot of beautiful things together, shows and everything. It was good times.
Nah, definitely, man. Nah, the point I was trying to get to, you already had that forward thinking then. So it
I
just
feel you. I feel you.
so
Yeah.
now let's talk a little more of the MTP, man. Let's talk about the beat battles. Let's talk about,
Um, the beat battles was dope, man. Like I said, another thing, I didn't know what I was doing. He popped up, you know what I'm saying? So it was good. I met a lot of dope people there, you know what I'm saying? And I wish we had those beat battles now, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of politics and shit like
facts.
that, you know what I'm saying? But it was a beautiful movement. It was a lot of competition and a lot of love at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
No, I could definitely agree, man. But we can't just skim over it just like that, man. That joint was a influential part of the culture. Because if we go
Yeah.
back and just look at the beat battles, we got you coming out of it, me, Young Rock, Natus, was Conscious in
Mint
there thing,
Plus,
Mint
Todd
Plus,
Phoenix,
Todd, like
Dill,
you come on, man.
King
DJ
Sean,
Priority, King Sean,
DJ Priority,
Trinidad.
Sky Zoo,
Yeah,
Trinidad.
like you get what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
a lot of people came out
I
of
never
there.
thought of it like that.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I never
now
thought of it like
you've
that.
been to a few of them. You've been to the championships as well too. So like,
Yeah, word. I won a couple awards at
you
that
feel
joint
me?
too.
So now let
Yeah.
me know how that journey was. You already breezed through it, but let me know like what takeaways were there as far as like what were we able to learn, what were we able to decipher, or if anything, if anything was able to be retained at all.
It was it was it was learning a lot about you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like the beat battle game was like the rap battle game, right? Like I learned that you can have beat battle beats and have beat battle type of music, but at the end of the day, it's like a battle rapper. You can't just be a battle rapper and expect people to resonate with you as a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have good
Facts.
music also. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was kind of with the battle scene. Like, okay, we all kind of battling each other. That's all well and good, but who's putting out music? Who's like, you know what I mean? Really, putting out music, and I wanted to put more music. But that's what I learned from the battle scene. I also learned, you can't be scared of competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, that made me always have like 5 or 6, 7 in the tuck anytime. Remember we was on
Fact.
live and I was just running through some beats on live in the cut, like. So you
Yeah.
always gotta have beats in the stats. Like anybody who still want the sauce, like I always got the sauce. Like
Talk that
I
shit,
got
Quest. Talk
always got the sauce. Like it's not never ever never an issue. But you know what I'm saying? That ain't really what I'm into. You feel me? I'd rather us make a song together, get co-production, and try to get some money. But if somebody want,
Yeah.
the sauce is always available. It's never a shortage of sauce.
Nah, definitely. But now, what you call it again? As far as with the beat battling goes, so we gonna transition to more because after the beat battle died out, because that's what it kind of did. There
It
was
fizzled, yeah.
film it by itself. So I don't want to say it was the culture. It kind of like died on its own.
Yeah,
But
it
then
fizzled.
so from there, we started seeing a rise of the digital age, a slow rise, but we see what it is now. But we saw a rise of the digital age, the hard copies, bootlegs. Let me know as far as like that was the time I saw you started hitting them hard with the music, the tapes, the whether it be the after image, then transition to the JSL. So can we talk some into that?
With the after image, I was selling CDs like downtown. Like I didn't care, you know what I'm saying? I was hustling, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was selling CDs in New York. We was doing what is that? We was doing the Club Pyramid every Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? If you were OG or you've been in the game for a minute, you already know about Club Pyramid on Tuesdays. Like, so we
Facts.
was in New York. We was in there grinding. Shout out to Mental Supreme. Mental Supreme had that show. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I be telling people, like, a lot of artists these days pussy, yo. Ain't even a diss. It's just like they whole grind is just like pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to have to go to New York around like 5 or 6 o'clock, stand in line. After we got in line, we had to be in there in New York for till 6, 7, 8 o'clock, sign the list, get on like 1 or 2 a.m., wait till the train came at 5, got on the train at 5 to get up to go to, do what we had to do the next morning. You feel me? And that was like every Tuesday.
That was a
So when I
regular
hear
thing.
artists like it'd be 10 o'clock, damn, I want to get on stage. I'll be looking at you like, bro, this is not what your favorite rapper even went through or is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put that grind in. So, I was always a foot to the pavement type of dude, you know what I'm saying? But the digital era just definitely opened up everything, made everything more accessible, everything super easy. MTP was I think MTP had a MySpace page. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So MTP was like MySpace era. So, right after that, everything just evolved, you know what I mean?
So definitely. So we definitely spoke on the production side, but I wanted to get into more of the artistry of Internal Quest. So the transition into the the digital age, we started getting the Life Crew. Started putting out a lot of music within the studio with the studio artists, the in-house artists. So talk to us about some of the projects you put out. Some of the collaborations throughout the way. Let us know more about the
Word.
artist that is Quest.
So, rapping wise, I'll say getting up with L helped me a lot, kind of helped me structure my music a lot. And the first official project I put out was with DJ Nino Brown, who got me the placement at Universal. It was 973 to Sydney. It was more like a collaborative project. I did a few collaborative projects. That project, I did a project called All Hands on Deck. That's still out on Spotify. I did it with the JSL camp. But the first major release I had was with High Life Records. It was called Ideology, and that was like my full project. You know what I'm saying? So as an artist, I kind of feel like Black Milk. You know what I'm saying? I like producing. I like rapping too, but I'm
Love
more
Black
of a
Milk.
producer than a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I always, had a few songs, a little EP here, EP there, but always had features out or singles out and really heavy on the production. But I went overseas with L, and that was really dope. So Vinyl on a few features with him. I'm on a feature with him now on a project with him and Chilo overseas in Belgium. That's where I went when I was overseas. We did a tour over there, and we just released another project, and I'm featured on that project too. It's the Chilo and Elder Sensei series is out, and I'm on a song called Why, and I recorded that when I was in Belgium.
Yo, that's dope, man. So, and since you
Word.
said that, that triggered something as well with me, because we go back, we got history, man, chopping it up in the
Yeah,
lab,
man.
the whole
Word.
shit. So, I remember when you went on a cross country tour before you went on the overseas trip. I think,
Before I went overseas, I was I did a little tour. I was in Memphis for a little bit. Then from there, I went to Detroit for a little bit. And then after that, I went to Chicago. So I was like running like in that circle, you know what I'm saying? Because my DJ that I fucked with was from Memphis. And I had ties in Detroit and Chicago. I did some music with Trick Trick, and I did some music with a couple artists out in Chicago that I met. With Grant, producer Grant out in Chicago. Me and him did a couple projects. So that was kind of like my little, you know what I mean, my little Memphis, Detroit, Chicago. I was working that area, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's dope. So now, if you could tell me more about that experience, because you know, I'm gonna be frank. I don't know if it was your first or was you one of many. How was it? You know, was it what you expected? You know, was the relation? You know, because I only say that because I know when I took a little mini hiatus tour, I hit what was it? Delaware, Maryland. You know, I kind of hit the DMV, but it's not about me. The point is that
Boston
it's real different, man. It's real different. I feel like the love there's a lot of embrace in certain parts, but you know, let me know about yours.
Like, I'll say like Chicago and Detroit is kind of the same wave. It's kind of like North. A lot of people say North is cutthroat. It's not really cutthroat. It's just you got to kind of find your circle. You know what I'm saying? Fact. A lot of people, they'll just be like, you know what I'm saying? They're just not be like, oh, niggas is crabs in the barrel mentality. It's like, nah, you don't have a circle, so you don't really have a group of people that you fuck with. Like y'all have y'all group, right? Everybody that's here right now, y'all have y'all circle. So if you focus on your circle, you're not really worrying what the next motherfucker doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the same thing when you go to different places. Sometimes in Memphis, it was a lot of love, and it's a lot of love in Memphis, but it ain't really But the thing is, it ain't like out here. You know what I'm saying? Out here is so much shit to do. There's so many artists in New York. There's so many artists. You go to New York, it's a million artists in New York. So our speed a little different. So we think and we move a little different out here. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's environmental. You feel me?
Absolutely, absolutely. But everything else pretty much cut through. You know, and it was the same vibes.
It's like you ever been down south? Like anybody in the chat, y'all ever been down south and you be like, damn, this shit's slow as hell, and it's bothering you. Like that's how slow it be. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I could get how it's more of a genuine love thing when you got so much competition up north. You feel me? It's different.
I bet. I like the way you placed that. So that definitely worked, man. So now tell me about overseas, man. Especially Belgium, because one thing I know, I read a few interviews, whether it be Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, that part of Europe, they love hip hop. Like that's the one thing. If they don't love anything else, they love hip hop.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? So I was out in Belgium for like a week and a half and doing music and like shows, touring or whatever. Like the shit was cool doing the music, but everything outside the music was fucking whack as hell. You get what I'm saying? I didn't like the food. I didn't like the people was okay, but I really didn't. It wasn't like I wouldn't want to live there.
I hear you.
To go there and get some money is what's up, but to do a show and people show you love is what's up. But everything besides that is hot garbage. But Belgium is a beautiful place. I was out there. I was running. It's a beautiful place, but it's not home. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you, man. Wow. Yeah. Now, I'm just curious. What about the food, though? Because you know they couldn't do the American shit, right?
The food isn't bad, but you gotta also think it's not nothing in English, so you gotta kind of maneuver. You kind of gotta have someone when you out overseas. You have to have somebody with you from there. True. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can't just leave. Because if you leave, you get what I'm saying? Like I remember one time I left my hotel to run to do like a couple laps. The way the shit set up is little ass streets. I almost got lost. Like God forbid I had to find somebody who speak English to take me to maneuver me to some shit I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like It's kind of okay, but at the same time, when I was in Memphis and Detroit, I felt comfortable walking around the corner, you know, or walking down a block, or you know what I'm saying, like different things. And I know I could speak English to somebody and it wouldn't be a problem. So, but besides that, it was cool.
Nah, that's dope, man. That's definitely dope. So now there's a lot going on. You know, we spoke about the tours, we spoke about the artistry. Now let's talk a little bit about Life Crew, man. That's a very interesting collection of gentlemen you got, and they all have one thing in common that I love. Y'all all spit bars. So now, so tell me, how did this, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen come together to grace us with such beautiful hip hop?
So Life Crew wasn't even in for music per se.
Wow.
We just all happened to have bars, and that was only the common thing. And I wanted to put together a group of motivated people I know who were people who had longevity and are grinders that I don't have to worry about building on their own without me being around to have to watch them. That's what Life Crew was. So and still is. So out of Life Crew was me and Craft Beats. Shout out to my bro Craft Beats. And me and him created Life Crew. It was Two Life Crew. Two Life Crew sound like very too close to Two Live Crew. So we changed Two Life Crew and we just made it Life Crew. You get what I'm saying?
True.
So so we made it Life Crew. We were like, I was like, let's bring some people in. You know what I mean? Because if you know Craft Beats is quiet to himself in the like he's a machine. So he's in the house. He's working. So I needed to get some more people who would be out the house. That's when I brought in D Bridges, formerly known as MIL. I brought him in, and then I brought in Broadway Blake. I brought in Jody McCoy at the time, and I brought in my bro Jay Wells. But I knew that Blake and Dre and Jody were all like hard workers and really committed to like really putting work in.
Facts. No,
and that's how we got like Blake made Vibes in the City. Get to that, it's all crew shit. I have my radio show, and that's all connected. Shit like that, it's all connected. It's just a big network. You know what I mean? That's all Life Crew is, a network. You know what I mean?
Oh no, yeah, we gonna cross all those bridges. You feel me?
Yeah.
But wait, we got to talk about the Life Crew. So now, with y'all coming together, all spitting bars. You feel me? I love that. And the thing that I love too, there's no ego. You feel me?
Nah, hell nah.
And and cause you're an engineer, dealing with rappers, there's tons of ego. Niggas be feeling themselves before they even put the bars on the beat.
Yeah, too many rappers with egos with day jobs, man. That's what I say all the time.
Facts. So now, with y'all coming together, spitting these bars for the community now. Tell us about, the history of y'all, what y'all got coming forward, I love some of the music. I love the energy y'all give when y'all perform. Wait. Before we even get to the music, that stage performance, if anybody watches you guys live, that's the one thing you could take away. You guys shut it down. You're the hardest act I ever seen follow. I feel, so you get what I'm saying? Now, Quest, you laughing, that's the humble laugh, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like, bro, how do you follow that?
Yeah, we just have very, very simple hooks and a whole lot of bars and hard beats. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do a lot of antics when you on stage if you got bars and a real simple hook. So we kind of keep it like that. Ain't none of us doing the shoot dance. We ain't doing none of that shit. So we just gonna be giving you a lot of rap hands and a lot of bars and a really, really elementary hook. And that's all our formula was for making music, like our stage music.
Nah, dope. That's dope, man. You kept it simple. You feel me? And it cuts through. It gets to the people, man. You feel me? It gets the message across, and it hits, and that's what matters. Now, let's talk about this relationship with Broadway Blake. That's a real good brother, man. Real good brother, man.
I moved Blake since freshman year of high school. He was the coolest dude I met since high school. You know what I'm saying? And back to Life Crew too. Shout out to Chuck the Archduke. He's the last member of Life Crew that I brought in. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so because I seen him doing so much, and I just wanted, I like the energy he had. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to him. But I knew Blake since freshman year of high school at Barringer, and we just was cool. He was rapping, but we really didn't, like, he had a deal in his little situation too coming up in high school too. So we never really, fucked with each other. I was an introvert. I was into my own shit, my own people, my own circle. I wasn't really fucking with nobody. I had my own circle. I'm still kind of the same way still. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of had my own circle, but we was cool because he just been focused ever since I knew him. That's my bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother now. That's all.
Facts. So now, how did y'all come together to build what you have now as a running empire for any artist? I don't even.
Um,
I feel like it's disrespect to even say local because you guys have covered artists on many stages of their career. If you get what I'm saying.
um, well, Blake is the most humblest. It, I don't know how it. I can't explain it. How to have a friend like Blake is the most humble person I never. It's a person who don't see negativity. You get what I'm saying? Like I
Facts.
have to explain to him when negative shit is happening. Like if somebody's playing, if I feel like somebody's playing us, Blake will be like, I don't know, and I'll be like, no, the nigga's playing us. You know what I'm saying? This is happening. Pay attention, my nigga. Open your eyes. But it's good to have somebody like that around you to humble you and keep you in the positive mindset. So I always like that about Blake. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I liked about him.
Nah, true indeed. True indeed. So with Vibes, who reached out first with the idea?
Blake had the idea, but we already was doing shows. So we was already like doing shows. We was already doing shit because Chuck had a situation at the Seed Gallery. Shout out to the Seed Gallery. So downtown Newark on Broad Street, we was already on Market Street. We was already kind of working on shit. So when Blake went to Atlanta, he seen an open mic, and then he went to New York, and then he also seen an open mic, and then he was like, I want to do something. He linked up with Ben at La Rouge, and we got a situation with Light Skin, who we also went to school with at Barringer. And yeah, and then he said, you want to host? And I'm like, of course I want to be in front of people every Wednesday and meet more artists and do what I do because that's a part of my job. So of course I want to do that. So he wanted me to host because he knew I don't take no shit too. So he knew I was going to host and be able to talk and deal with artists on the same level. You know, it's by the artist for the artist. You know what I'm saying? That's what Vibes is. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to get the finesse. You're not going to get the shady promoters. You're not going to get that, but you're going to get like real love and real. It's going to be real. You know what I'm saying? That's why Vibes has lasted as long as it has. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts, facts. So now, as far as with Vibes go, as far as the type of artists that come through, the level of talent, and just the experiences y'all seen over the last 2.5 years, let me know. Let us in, bro.
I mean, shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to Fat Boy. You know, shout out to Emerald. Shout out to everybody who's been there. All the young the people who've been coming up who stepped in the Vibes. You know what I'm saying? But we got talent from everywhere, man. From all states, all cities, all Brazil. We had people come up from Canada. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to everybody who's been up to Vibes. You know what I'm saying? We were really just doing this for the community. It's legacy over likes. You know what I'm saying? Legacy over likes all day. We don't really care about being in front of a camera, being on a camera, you know what I'm saying, or boasting or doing all that. If you know about Vibes, you know that Life Crew, we only probably performed at Vibes in the city 4 times. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not for us. It's for the community of the artists. You know what I'm saying? It's for the artists.
Nah, absolutely, absolutely. So now, with that being said, what's one of the most standout artists or performances you've had at Vibes that you could share with us on the pod?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just know we built the community. I can't really single out, one person because it's an open mic. It fluctuates. You know what I'm saying? We have artists coming in. We have artists coming
Or a
out.
night. How about
But
this? Give us a night that was crazy.
shout out to Emma Rose. She was on the VH1 show with DJ Khaled where they was picking winners. I forget the name of the show. But she had her premiere night there, and that was a pretty wild night. It was a pretty wild night. She probably brought about on our 150, 200 people crowd. She probably brought out another 100, and it was kind of crazy.
Oh wow, yeah. I could imagine. I could just imagine.
Yeah.
So now you are another fellow podcaster yourself, and you do
Word,
have an
word,
excellent show with some excellent co-hosts. Shout outs to your
word.
co-host Danielle, Chuck the Archduke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now tell us about the Eternal Quest show. Tell us about
All
what
right.
y'all cover there. Let us know more, Give us,
Well, the Eternal. I used to have a show at Rutgers called JSL Radio way before podcasting was sexy and easy. So I used to have a radio show at Rutgers. And for 3 years, I interviewed a lot of dope people in the city. Gov Matic, like Leader Nino Brown, mad people
Wow,
ever since
RP.
they've been on the show. Rhino. mad people has been on my show, and it was really dope building that. And I was like, if you ever had a podcast in the early 2000s, or even maybe if you had a podcast, if you ever had a podcast in the last 5 years, you would know what podcast hell is. You know what I'm saying? In the hell of having a podcast, it's been shitty. It's been shitty for that long, but now it's a little accessible for people. That's why you see a lot of people with podcasts. But that's when I was rocking with that. But the Internal Quest show was just like a branch off of that. I wanted to brand myself. I said, shit, Stephen A. Smith show. He has his own show. The Conan O'Brien show. I want the Internal Quest show. You know what I'm saying? I want my own show. So that's how I branded it. I didn't want any other brand. I wanted to have all the responsibility put on me. And yeah, it's about more than music. It's about helping artists, but we talk about everything that deals with music and to help artists.
No, absolutely, man, absolutely. No, and I love that too, because y'all cover a wide variety of topics. You feel me? And
yeah. We was talking about stalkers and catfish stalkers and how that works and how people still carry. That was our last episode. You know, we still covered all the aspects of the music that's came out. We cover everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
No, absolutely, absolutely, and and that's what we appreciate, man. And you give it a great platform. And you moved it exclusively to you could be found everywhere, but it's on Mixcloud, Google Play.
Yes.
Let the people know. Apple Podcast.
EternalQuest.com. That's it.
Keep it easy.
Very simple,
EternalQuest.com.
EternalQuest.com. EternalQuest.com. You can see all that shit right there.
Facts.
Hit play.
Facts. And we appreciate that, man. So now, before we close out, man, it's been a real girthy interview, man, and I appreciate the time that you've given us so far. But now, there's a few more things I want to touch on. I just want to get your response on a few things, and then I'm gonna have a gentleman jump in. But now, what's your thoughts on these last few moves in the NBA or free agency, man? We got. Let's start with LeBron.
Well, if DeMarcus Cousins just went to the Warriors, so
I know. We're gonna touch.
I don't even know how to feel about that. I mean, the NBA is fucked. We have to figure something out. The only thing that I see that we need to fix in the NBA is take away the Western Conference from the playoffs and just put the best 16 teams, and that will make the NBA a little more lit.
I ain't mad at you, man. But with that being said, man, talk to the people real quick. Let them know if there's anything you wanna, hit them with what you working on. Anything exclusive we can look forward to.
I got a new song out called "What I Do" with my homie Spooks McGee. He's from out here. He's currently in Atlanta right now. And yeah, EternalQuest.com. That's it.
It don't get any easier than that. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
But with that being said, man, gentlemen, if you got anything for Q, man, let them know now. You feel me?
Yo, Quest, what's going on, bro? It's Mac, man.
Mac, what up?
Chilling, bro. I got a question for you. What is your go-to production software, bro? I'm curious.
All right, if I'm engineering, I'm using I'm using Nuendo. My go-to is still Nuendo, and if I am making a beat, I'm using Ableton.
Yo, I'm curious. What you're like one of the only people that I know personally that use Nuendo. What turned you on to use a Nuendo? Not a lot of people even know who makes Nuendo.
Nuendo is made by Steinberg. They make a lot of shit. They make Cubase. Nuendo is actually the recording version of Cubase. It's a high-end version, the high-end recording version of that. Back in the day when you were using Pro Tools and you tried to record 2 tracks at the same time, what happens, Piff?
Oh, that shit don't work. That shit'll get that fucking over.
What happens, Piff? All right, what happens when you try to slide another effect to another effect live while recording in Pro Tools, Piff? What used to happen back in the day? It stops, right?
Oh, yeah, that shit wasn't even happening. Shit is
yeah, so in the window, in 2005, in the window was already had this advanced software. So when I went to school in 05, I ran this by my teacher because we learned Pro Tools at school. My teacher also used the window, and he said, "Don't change your shit up. You'll be fine." He told me in about 5 or 6 years, all the shit would be obsolete. You'll be using what you want to. And he was dead as a nail right now.
Wow, he had foresight like that.
Yeah, he told me that.
Quest,
What's up?
Yo, what teacher told you that? Yo, was it Sam Scaff?
It wasn't Sam Scaff. It was the short, bald-headed one. I forgot his name. He looked like he was a Russian mafia guy. I forgot his name, man. I'm so bad with names. But you know who I'm talking about. But he used the window. You know exactly what I was talking. He like a Russian mafia guy, short, bald-headed. He was like had an accent, cool as hell. He told me, yo, he said, use what you want to use. He hates Pro Tools. Hated
Yo, the only teacher that talks shit about Pro Tools.
Yeah, and had to teach it. Not to mention that another thing about, imagine if you're doing a recording session, we had real time bouncing like years before Pro Tools had it. So if you're engineering an artist and you have to do a 5-minute bounce back listen, imagine if that artist does 3 songs. So that's 3 times 15 on a 5-minute song. So we got 3 5-minute songs. That takes 15 minutes off the bounce. Imagine you listening back to the bounce and the artist hears something that they don't like. How many times did that happen, Piff?
Huh?
How many times have you been doing a bounce and in the middle of the bounce and you're playing it out loud? The artist say, what's that? Oh, no, you know what? Cancel that bounce, paddle it down, and then, do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
No, that's why I didn't use Pro Tools. Fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
that
fact.
Real time back.
Yeah.
The shit that's crazy. Just to jump in, I personally hate Pro Tools, but no, I'm just keeping it a fact though, man. It's just that it was at the time when digital recording was becoming popular, they found the way to brand themselves as the industry standard. You get what I'm saying? And then when they made the M-Box and they locked their software to the unit, they did a lot of fuck shit in the early days, because now once they made that shit open source, people don't really care about the M-Box. Who do you hear at buying a fucking M-Box, a Control 24? Get them shits out of here, man. Niggas is getting these fucking Apollo 32s. You get what I'm saying? 4 of them. Put them shits in a rack. You feel me?
Talking about, and the sad part about it, a nigga will just buy a C24 just to show it off, but don't have it plugged in.
That's
real nigga shit, son. Yo, you know that shit, son. You know that shit is true.
Hey, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, son, tell me how many times you went to a studio, they had a C24 and the shit wasn't even plugged in. They just had the shit there just for show.
Oh, man. How many people had broken SSL consoles in the studio just on lit? There's so many studios with SSL consoles that are broken, yo. You can buy a broken SSL console and just fire that bitch on. You know what I'm saying? And just have that shit. It's you know what I mean? Like,
that repair cost is going to take niggas to the bank.
Yeah, man. I say this, man. Studios are like hotels. You know what I'm saying? If you're only there for one job, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You could buy a $1,000 hotel room, or you could buy a $30 hotel room. If you're doing the same thing, you're doing the same thing.
Facts.
We're real shit, son. Real nigga shit.
Some niggas just like the aesthetics, man. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I got some lights in my shit now. It's cool.
You feel me? But yo, with that being said, man, it's been a pleasure, Quest, man. I ain't gonna hold you much longer.
I gotta ask y'all some questions.
Yeah,
let's flip this shit.
Wait, this is the first guest that's gonna. Alright.
Let's flip this shit. Drake album, because I got my radio show tomorrow, so I want to know. So I could get what 1 out of 10. Where we at right now with Drake album?
Drake
I'm only gonna give you the review on disc 1. I ain't hear disc 2.
It's a split for me, yo. I
don't think you want my opinion on that shit.
I want your opinion so I can relay this to my audience tomorrow. When I say, listen, I was at the Daily Heat Check. I was in there. I want the opinion on the Drake album.
I ain't gonna. Well, yo, let me get this one off first. It's gonna be like this. From what I heard on this one, because that's all I've heard, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's very impressive.
Cool.
Non-stop intro.
Right, I need you to listen to the side B and compare.
All right, now I've heard all 25.
Okay.
Side A and side B.
Okay.
An album as a total album.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, stop with the suspense.
I would say it's like a 7.5.
Okay, that sounds about fair.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling side A like that. Like, it's good music, it vibes great, but side B is the hardest side. Like, when you listen to side B, when you listen to
This
side
nigga
B,
said side B is the hardest.
it is. Like when you listen to
Are you
side
yo?
A. All right, listen.
Oh my god.
When you
See,
listen
this is
to
why you
side
gotta
A,
ask
right?
questions. That's why you gotta ask
Yo,
questions. You feel
Y'all
me?
gotta hear me out.
Yo,
Y'all
my
gotta-
nigga, side B is
gotta
the
hear me out.
R&B
Yo, these
side.
niggas just say
Jones,
that?
No,
wait,
honest
slow your
side.
roll, Jones.
Nah.
Slow your roll before you fucking, you know what I mean? I don't want that. This is when you dig yourself out the hole. This is when we throw you the
dig
roll.
myself
I gotta know
Side
what
B
the
is the
I gotta know
R&B
what
side.
then when I go
Listen, bro.
report back, I gotta be like, listen, he's feeling the
Listen.
side B, the bonnet
Listen,
side.
side B.
Hold up, but time out.
Feel
Hold
me?
up, time out. Hold up, but hey, Pip, this is coming from the
It's
same
more
guy
for
that
me,
still didn't
though.
listen to Black Thought yet. I'm just
I
saying, bro.
listened to the album. I listened to the album. Actually,
Yo, chill, son. Black
fuck
Thought
with
was
that
rapping
album.
too much, bro. Chill.
Hold up, Mac, give us your review on the
Black
Drake.
Thought album
Give
was
us your review on the Drake, Mac.
God, that shit was
I like that. I like that album.
that Drake.
I
Yo,
actually
that
like
Drake
that
is
album.
mediocre at his best, bro.
No. Give us your review, man. Side A or side B?
I ain't gonna front you. There's some
Who you
joints
asking
on the
me?
side B, but I'm gonna say that side A joint is a A plus. But
Yeah.
that side B, bring that shit down to a fucking C plus.
Wow. Oh, man. I don't even want to
Except for
listen to
Blue
that
Tint.
shit now,
Shout
man.
out to Blue Tint and Illmind. Illmind retweet. I didn't even know he made Blue Tint. When I had hit him up on Twitter, he retweeted me. Shout out to Illmind.
Yeah, shout outs to him, man. Man, he a real one, man. If you ever meet him in
He a
person.
Jersey legend, dog. Stop. We gotta put niggas where they belong. When we use the L word, we gotta use that shit right. He done produced for Beyonce, Kanye West,
50.
motherfucking Drake, dog. 50, everybody, bro. He a legend.
Wait, hold up. 50 in his
he's
prime.
solidified.
We gotta let that know. 50 in his prime.
50.
Yeah, not
50.
past 50. You know, because
Prime 50,
regular
word.
niggas can get beats to 50 now.
He Goaty out here. Goaty. He is Goaty. He is getting Goaty out here, dog.
Nah,
so.
fact though. And don't forget Blaps. Don't forget his drum kit series he put out.
Yo, I rapped on an
me?
official Illmind beat. I rapped on a Blaps. I'm on a Blaps with broken English. Shout out to Illmind. I got a production credit with Illmind. A real beat, not a throwaway, not a remix, not a real joint. So shout out to Illmind, yo.
Fact though, man.
For real.
Facts.
Yo, fun fact, I was real close to getting his ASR 10 too.
Word? He was about to sell it?
He's about to give me that shit.
What?
Word. I was close to just getting that joint and just putting it in the studio. I wasn't even gonna turn it on. It was just gonna be there like niggas SSLs. Like niggas broke SSLs. It would have just been on. Like, damn.
Yeah, man. Wait, niggas be in there taking pictures with it and shit, man. I ain't even
taking pictures with this shit. You feel me? But man, salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all, man, for having me. You know the shit. Anytime I gotta have all y'all come to the show. Y'all just gotta let me know when. My shit Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. So y'all gotta get all y'all shit situated, and y'all gotta let me know what Tuesday y'all want to pull up. All right.
Say less, man. We gonna be in there. We gonna definitely come and grace the microphones.
Word. We gotta talk about everything, dog. You feel me?
If you listen to this quest, then you know I'm gonna bring a lot of fun shit.
You already, man. I already know. I'm gonna ask you more Drake questions. You know the shit. We're gonna get to the bottom of all this.
He's a senior analyst in all fuckery and shit related to that on the show.
You want to know more about my Drake comments about Side B? Just listen to the last podcast, okay?
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
You'll understand it.
Listen, I can't get mad at you because I got Blue Tint on repeat, but it's a lot of other shit is crazy, dog. A lot of that other shit is crazy. Blue Tint is on repeat, but everything else is kind of crazy.
Oh man! All right, I'm gonna go to side B just for Blue Tint, but outside of that, man, I'm sticking with side A, man. Mob Ties cracking that intro is
all that
the
8 out of 10, all that shit, the intro, all that shit is fuego.
Non-stop, all that shit.
8 out of 10 was dope.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with incarcerated Scarface's drums.
You feel me? Like, come
you can't
on,
go
now.
wrong. That's a cheat code.
Yeah, they stole that. They knew what they was doing. They know what they was doing. Side A, man. Drake know when he could give it to the people. But you know.
Yeah, No ID was in his bag. Boy Wonder was in his bag. Shit was crazy.
Shout out to No ID too, man. That's another legend. But you know, that's another story for another day. We gotta have you come back and have a producer cast, man. We're gonna
right,
put
let's
that
do
into
it, bro.
motion, man. Nah, definite facts, man. We just gonna
All
break
right,
down the
man.
producers. I'm gonna put together a show notes for that, but we're gonna have you back for that sometime before the summer out. But you know, it's been
All
a
right, I'm with it,
pleasure.
man.
Once again, Eternal Quest, you can find him eternalquest.com, Eternal Quest everywhere. Eternal Quest show is on every night at 8 p.m. Don't forget, hit him up, shout him out. You know, this is the shit, man. Till next time, my brother, it's been a pleasure.
All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Yo, peace,
All right,
Quest.
peace.
Peace, bro.
Start to